They flew first class and private jets, drove the best of cars and lived la vida loca at the peak of their career until things started falling apart and they went from grace to grass. Although some of them fell and are still trying to rise again, some never had the opportunity to. They couldn't survive the shame that life brought them and they pitifully died in abject poverty. In this video, we bring to you the sorrowful story of 10 Nigerian footballers who went from grace to grass, beginning from the almighty Super Eagles dribble maestro Austin JJ Okocha, who went broke and almost died of heart attack in the process, if not for God's intervention. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, you're highly welcome to Loro Emi TV, and please do also hit on that subscribe button. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can always stay notified and updated whenever we upload a new video. We upload very interesting contents every day. Without further ado, let's jump right into our story. In January 2013, it was reported that former Super Eagles skipper and most skillful player of all time, Austin JJ Okocha, was going bankrupt and had to sell most of his properties, both within and outside Lagos. He first sold his popular hangouts called Club 10 to music producer Don Jazzy before putting up his other properties for sale. This was coming few years after losing over $1 million he invested in a Nigerian bank that would later fold up with people's money. Towards the end of his retirement, he had put some of his personal savings in a Nigerian bank called Societe Generale Bank (XGBN), which was owned by the family of former Senate President Bukola Saraki. The bank would later fold up with his money, and the football star would bitterly cry out to the government for help. And in June 2017, the Lagos State government filed a 3-count charge against Austin JJ Okocha for tax evasion, and a bench warrant was issued for his immediate arrest, but he was later pardoned and sorted things out of court with the Lagos State government in 2019. Okocha began his professional football career with the Nigerian club Enugu Rangers before moving to Europe to play, and he is widely regarded as one of the most skillful footballers of his generation, known for his dribbling ability, technique, and creativity with the ball. He played for Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany and later played for clubs such as Paris Saint-Germain in France, Bolton Wanderers in England, and Qatar FC in Qatar. Second on our list is Femi Opabunmi. At 16 years old, Femi Opabunmi completed the 2001 Under-17 Championship in Trinidad and Tobago with 5 goals, taking the position of the second highest goal scorer and the third best player of the tournament. Femi was enjoying a steady football career until 2006 when a tragedy befalls him. He got blind. It was gathered that he was cursed by a lady he promised to marry, but failed to keep to his promise. He suddenly lost his sight during his training with France's 2nd Division club. After 2 successful surgeries with no positive results, he returned to Nigeria to find a cure for his partial blindness. According to him, he was duped. He said, and I quote, "Many believed I was cursed, even my mother. The doctor said there was nothing medically wrong with my eyes. Funds were given to me to survive by my former teammates, including Osaze Odemegwe, and well-wishers. I gave pastors some of the money, hoping that if I get healed, I will start afresh with the coaching career. I visited several churches and mountains in search of a cure, but it never happened. They duped me of my small cash. I also went to see some imams as well, but nothing happened." So he claimed he was duped by religious people. And at the third spot is Celestine Babayaro. Celestine Babayaro was part of the dream team that won the Atlanta Olympic gold medal in 1996. The former Chelsea and Newcastle player, despite earning $25,000 during the peak of his career weekly, was declared bankrupt at a court in 2010 after being charged by the creditors with an official confirmation coming in 2011. The former Super Eagles player financial problem was actually spotted by his neighbors. A neighbor said, and I quote, "We heard that the former Super Eagles player is struggling with his finances. We saw that he failed to keep his beautiful mansion, which was valued at £475,000. Another neighbor who lived on the same street with Babayaro said, and I quote, You can tell the money is difficult because the home used to be maintained really nicely, but now everything is a bit of a mess. You can see that the conservatory is starting to fall down and the garden is completely overgrown. And at the fourth spot is Ifeanyi Udeze. Ifeanyi featured in 2006 FIFA World Cup for Nigeria and also played for top European clubs in the peak of his career. But despite being so successful, he also went broke at a time. He once delayed the payment of his rented duplex apartment in Festac Town and was ejected from the house by the landlord. But the former defender, however, joined Brilliant FM, where he reforged a formidable force, and he is slowly getting back to his feet. And at the fifth spot is Wilson Oroma. Wilson made millions as a player of Olympique de Marseille and Nigeria, but he went broke after hanging his boots. He was reported to have been duped of millions by a clergyman and a fake oil businessman. Ever since, he was reported to be in a state of mental illness. And at the sixth spot is Taribo West. The former Nigerian defender played for Inter Milan at the peak of his career and was regarded as one of the best defenders in Italy at that time. It was reported that Taribo West was faced with financial crisis when he made bad investments in his marriage. He was seen at some points on the streets of Lagos preaching and trying to win souls for Christ. He is currently a pastor. And at the seventh spot is Rashidi Yekini. Rashidi started his career playing for Nigerian Premier League clubs before proceeding to play for Victoria de Setúbal FC in Europe. He was faced by bipolar disorder, depression and other psychiatric conditions which claimed his life on the 4th of May 2012. Unfortunately, he wasn't given a befitting burial since he died a poor man, and here is a picture of where he was buried. And the eighth on our list is Victor Agali. Victor Agali formed a formidable striker partnership with Nwankwo Kanu, which was fondly dubbed the Twin Towers. The tall and lanky stubborn forward was particularly loved by Super Eagle fans due to his proficiency in aerial duels. His tall physique and his imposing stature saw him lace his boots for top European clubs such as Olympique Marseille, Hansa Rostock, Schalke 04 and Nice. However, sources close to the player revealed that the former Super Eagle star is not doing too well financially. Apparently, despite earning an average pay of £25,000 per week while in Germany, some failed investments and a clearly lavish lifestyle has seen him scraping financially. Agali was last seen hosting a reality TV show in Lagos, Nigeria. And at the ninth spot is Mohamed Yusuf. The former Super Eagles defender last played for Al Hilal of Sudan in 2010. However, he suffered a serious injury in the 2010 African Nations Cup. Since then, he is yet to be rehabilitated. There are unconfirmed reports that Yusuf is currently based in Kano and broke at the moment since he was abandoned by the authorities of Nigerian Football Association. And at the 10th spot is Chikwele Iloyenyozi. Chikwele Iloyenyozi may not be up to the pedigree of players mentioned earlier in terms of achievements, but he did make a career playing football and quite a profitable one at that time. He was part of the national under-20 side that featured in the World Youth Championship in Nigeria in 1999. He also won 4 caps with the Super Eagles. He is famous for his marriage to Nollywood star Stephanie Okereke that was annulled by a Lagos court after it was discovered that he was legally married to another woman in the United States. At the time he took Stephanie to the altar, However, despite featuring for clubs in Turkey, Libya, Australia and Saudi Arabia, Iloyansi is not doing too well financially at the present. Sources claim that the defender has delved into fashion designing with a keen interest in men's clothing.